do you have a dark side? What is it, and what's your relationship with it like?
Are we all going to be asked that question?
Would you like to be asked that
No.
question?
I want to yes.
Why don't you want to be asked the question?
Oh, I mean, it's her turn.
What's that?
It's
Her
her
turn. Okay. Yeah. So you're not sure you have one, is that right?
I don't know if I have one. I don't know.
She's like a ray of sunshine.
Wow.
She wakes up with that smile.
Wow. Great.
I think I do. I think I can get pretty emotional if I feel that something is being unjust. I get very angry and very upset, but it passes quickly.
Right.
I think I'm.
And you're single as well for the viewers? Ladies and gentlemen, we found someone with no dark side. But however, if you do end up going out with her, marrying her, you might discover it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've just been very good at moving past it. I think I used
Right.
to. But I've worked in some pretty crazy situations, which allowed me to see a lot of the worst of the worst.
Right.
I've worked in Africa. I work with injection drug users and things like that.
With what, sorry?
Injection drug users.
Right.
And when you see like the true worst, like the absolute suffering, it prevents you from really allowing any of the things that could cause darkness in your own life to
Right.
to radiate or to resonate in there for very long.
Right.
You're able to get past it a lot quicker. I mean,
Great.
any of the darkness comes from seeing that sort of stuff, like the true suffering. So I don't think I do.
Great. So your turn.
Okay.
So do you have a dark side? What is it?
You said you weren't going to ask that question to everyone. Do I have a dark side? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how to define it though. I guess I suffered from depression for a very long time, and that took me to probably the blackest place you can go.
How did you come out of it?
A lot of therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
So not. Do you mind me? I don't mind me asking, but were there drugs involved as well?
Yeah, there were drugs involved as well.
But you come off those.
Yeah, I'm not medicated anymore. So I was medicated for quite a few years.
Right. Okay.
And actually going to art school was the thing that.
Right. So that had a kind of therapeutic effect on you.
Yeah, that gave me purpose.
Right.
And I think it was that, like, the lacking of purpose that really took
Great.
me to a darker place. But I can't escape it. But it's one of those kind of cliche things that, the struggling artist, the kind of depressed artist, those kinds of things, that I actually do get a lot from it and I draw a lot from it. So whenever I slip back into it, I use it in a creative way.
Right. Great. Thank you. And it's your turn. Do you have a dark side?
The same question.
Same question. What is it? And what's your relationship with it?
I mean,
You don't have to answer it.
Well, can I have another question?
So you don't want to answer that one.
What is your film about?
My film is about people and the way they answer questions.
Does that mean I'm diverting the question? I don't know if I guess it's a dark side, but maybe like I get very angry about like certain things, and it brings me to like a state that I don't really know how to get out of, and I don't know exactly how I got there. But I guess that's sort of like my dark side is like certain things really make me like they trigger something that I just get angry. Not violent angry, but like just kind of like emotionally.
Out of control, maybe.
Yeah, just like we were just talking about waste and how like disposable society is and things like that. I mean, certain things like environmental or even like relationship, emotional things, but it doesn't like turn like physical. But I guess that could be some dark side.
And how are you with that within yourself? In other words, do you notice it? Are you okay with it?
I'm very aware of it. I'm very transparent. I don't know, like.
Or do you not like it? Do you despise
no,
it?
I really don't like it. It's kind of like self-perpetuating because I get angry about something, but then I'm angry at myself for like.
You're getting angry.
I think just like the challenge of how to get through that.
Right.
Kind of like I'm aware of it very clearly, but just working through it.
Well, actually, to be
So-
honest with you, I haven't really been completely honest with you. I actually, as well as this is just a hobby, but my actual job is a therapist, and this is the way I get clients. So I ask them a question like that, and then they usually say something like you're saying, and then I give them my card. So can I interest you in a set of therapy sessions
She's going
Would
back
you like to think
New-
about it?
She's going back to New York.
Right.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
We could probably get a couple of sessions in before.
You're making me quite angry now. It's like it's starting to boil.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for your contribution. This goes on YouTube, by the way. Do you have a dark side? How would you describe it, and what's your relationship with it?
Yes.
How dark does it get?
Not that dark.
No?
Not that dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would you describe it? Can you give me some examples of when it appears?
When it's dark.
I like that. So when somebody else's energy is dark, then your energy goes dark.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. And what's your relationship with it? Do you like it?
Sometimes embrace it, sometimes get on with it. Other times work around it. I don't know. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
What about you?
I guess my relationship with it is that I ignore it and pretend that it's not there, and I don't think it's that dark. There are just secrets that I have that I don't want people to know. And
You don't think it's that dark?
no, it's just a few secrets.
How would you know if you're ignoring it and denying it? How do you know how dark it is?
Well, because I'm not going to kill anyone, and I'm not going to
Oh, okay.
find someone in my basement 3 years from now.
Oh, I
figure
see.
that's
So it's
probably
not that
as
type of
dark as
dark.
it gets. It's just,
Right.
things from your past that you don't want people to know.
What about things in your present?
I'm kind of in a place where I'm drawing a line under things, and I don't know. Summer isn't.
So you don't mind everyone knowing what you know. If I was to video your whole life and put it up on Facebook, yeah, well, how would you feel about that?
That would not fly. No, I wouldn't like that.
No, I'm not asking from like a privacy point of view. I'm asking you from like, would you be embarrassed about them
course.
seeing you doing certain things?
There are certain things
Or
that I've tried to forget that have happened. There are certain ways I've acted, certain thoughts, certain relationships that I'm not proud of, that I wouldn't ever do again. But as you grow up, you no longer do that. You learn from them, and I don't ever think that anyone's goal is to be the darkest possible. Surely everyone's goal is to be as light as possible, and to learn from the darkness and move on into a lighter place.
great, thank you. Just one last thing then. Tell me about your light side.
Well, it's a lovely sunny day, and I've just had a nice meal, and I'm with a very good friend. I
Great.
guess that's a pretty light side.
Tell us about your light side.
Light side. Music is a light side for me, and people that I know, and food is a very light side. You caught me at a very light side
Okay, great.
moment.
You like a bit of food.
Yeah, food, people, music, love.
Great.
Those are all the light sides.
Thank you.
Yeah.